was far superior. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how good our food is. But
anyway, Richard, I want to second that.
Let's get into the meat. You like that?
No, you're making me.
The meat.
You're making me hungry, Richard. Now I want to come down to Simply Natural Restaurant and eat.
Oh, that's right. We did a show from my restaurant.
We did. We did a Robert Scott Bell show broadcast from there. We'll have to do that again, and maybe we'll be down Saturday. We can talk about that. Yeah, we certainly did. We were so annoying and obnoxious. No one wanted to be around us.
No, we actually kept some of the people in, but some did leave. I don't know why, though.
No, I had bathed. I didn't know about you.
No, I think it was you hadn't showered for a while.
Wow. Of course. Hey, listen, talk about where we're going to go this hour, because we've got some guests that we'll get through. Whether we can get Charles on or others that we want to get on, Chris, we'll see if we can fit in this hour to get set it up for us, because it's very exciting, this information we're going to be revealing today.
All right, well, we're going to talk about CBDs, cannabidiols. People don't understand the benefit. When they hear the term CBDs or they hear about anything that has to do with hemp, they automatically think about pot. They think of getting high. They think of THC. Mm-hmm. And while those factors are involved in the plant, THC and then getting high, it is not the part that we're talking about.
That's right.
It has nothing to do with the success of health benefits that you get from cannabidiols. So we're going to talk a little bit about what cannabidiols are, the receptors, how they work,
mm-hmm.
And why they're so universally regulated, and why the hemp plant is the only plant that has the CBDs available to make the benefit to all of us. And we should talk a little bit also about the fact that the government has suppressed so much of this information,
right,
and how significant it's impacted all the lives. In fact, I will say this just to start. It was Gerald Ford who was the first person to stop all funding. He actually signed a bill in 1975 to stop all funding for the benefits and the science of the value of cannabidiols.
Right. And
he did this, and this came right after a paper was published showing the benefits, and the U.S. got 2 patents on cannabidiols at that point. So
that's right. Yeah.
Where do you want to go with that?
Well, yeah, the U.S. government is very aware of the research. There's research being done all around the world, even more so than in the States, that show how important the CBD is to the endocannabinoid system that has been neglected for 50, 60 years since the government started spreading propaganda about this plant that God created. And joining us, our first guest this hour, is Andrew Hart. He's Director of Public Relations from Hemp Meds. They are helping us to be here. He set this broadcast up from Atlanta at the Kannaway Nations event as well. Andrew, you are now on with Richard Pearl on Pearls of Health. It's all of South Florida and also on iHeartRadio.
Great. Hi, Richard. How you doing?
I'm terrific, and I absolutely love what you guys are doing. And I want to preface it by saying that for those of you who've never done anything with cannabis, I have never smoked pot in my life. I have no intention of smoking pot in my life. I do not enjoy the thought of getting high. It is not interesting to me personally. It's just me. And I've never done it.
And
this is not a being high.
Yeah.
And it's not about, changing personality traits, although some people would rather I would.
No, Richard.
But the point is that there's so many benefits to cannabis, and there's been so much disinformation,
yes,
particularly by the government. For many, many years, all the research was only allowed to point out the negative effects. You were not allowed to do any research on the positive effects. You could not get any grants. If you can't get grants, then you can't spend the money, and if you can't spend the money, you can't.
That was the Schedule 1 that they set it up. That would disallow any research for, as you said, benefits. So, Andrew, what is this about then? What are we doing here? Because I'm so thrilled about it. Richard's excited about it. What is this about?
Yes. So Richard's exactly right. What he said. This is not marijuana. It's not about getting high. Hemp Meds products are just hemp oil that is rich in CBD, which you were talking about, Robert. And Richard, you're absolutely right. There is so much disinformation about there, and there's so much disinformation about there about what this product is and what it does. It's literally shocking. I mean, it's alarming. And honestly, I wouldn't even point a finger at the government. It's in the press. I mean, it's in the press and the media as well.
Collusion all around.
Yes, it's just ridiculous. And honestly, Robert has a champion of reaching out and getting this out there of the reality about this industry and this business. And let me tell you, this is going to go places. You know, Kentucky just got their permit after suing the federal government to grow hemp.
Industrial hemp in
Industrial
Kentucky,
hemp.
it's coming back.
Exactly, and you're gonna see hemp grown on U.S. soil, and that literally is so powerful, it can change the country.
Yes.
And as reversing an 80-year prohibition of growing hemp. And you know, hemp is legal to import into all 50 states. It's just never been able to grow.
For 70 years or
yes,
so, yeah.
and growing in the U.S. is unbelievably important. It is a revolution. In a state like Kentucky doing it is unbelievably important.
It'll save the family farmers there.
Yes, well, you think about the jobs.
I know this. I had a buddy of mine. He grew up in South Dakota, and he went over there recently last year, and he was driving around basically doing a tour of that area, Oklahoma and so forth. But in South Dakota, it grows wild. It grows at the post office.
Very natural.
Side of the, it grows on a variety of different places that are just public lands, but nobody uses it. Nobody cuts it because they're so crazy over there, where they're so right-wing about, you know, their feelings towards pot that they think somehow it's the, you know, it goes back to the evil weed mindset. But it literally grows everywhere. And he cut down a piece, took a picture of it, showed me, and he put it on top of the hood of his car. And it was like, you know, it's a giant piece. I mean, this stuff grows so wild everywhere. It's all over the place, yet nobody uses it. And it seems like it's almost like being in the desert. There's the water, and there's a law against drinking water, so you don't drink it and you die.
Incredible. It really is incredible, Richard. And what's happening now is revolutionary. We have been in the natural products industry. You've been in longer than I have. And you've seen some cool things come and go. Some things will stay. This is something that is so long overdue to be reintroduced to the people of America, and the health effects, the profound health effects. And I'm not even talking necessarily chasing diseases, but simply by nourishing this system. It's sort of like you have minerals that are necessary. This is a necessary component for life. That's why we have an endocannabinoid system.
You know, we almost need somebody like either Monty Hall or somebody like that. Maybe not him, Bob Barker.
Yes.
Getting out there and saying,
Bob would be great.
CBDs, human nature, see what you've won. Because really, the cascade of benefit for CBDs is almost endless. So why don't we do this? Since we have the two of you on, and you both are even more knowledgeable than I am, explain the value, the virtue of CBDs, how they affect our cells, and why we have so many receptors.
Yeah, exactly. This is something that is in no other plant in as rich, let's say, of presence than the hemp plant. And in this case, when the government kind of banned it, it sort of took out part of the natural part of our food supply, you know, something that we would get this from. And this system is literally everywhere. It's very, very concentrated in the brain and the nervous system, almost more than anywhere else. But also, astonishingly, they're finding it all over the liver, all throughout the liver, which means it shows a lot of promise for increasing liver function, as well as the gastrointestinal system. We know that second brain, the gut brain. The endocannabinoid system is so rich there as well that we're seeing, as we were up in Autism 1, the use of this knocking seizures out because of the support to the brain and nervous system, as well as the gastrointestinal tract. Now, companies that sell this probably can't be as forward as I can about the science and revealing it to everybody. Like, you know, having Andrew here as Director of Public Relations for Hemp Meds, they have to be careful because they're a dietary supplement. And you and I know, Richard, it's like you're muzzled. You're muzzled.
Yeah, Richard. So yeah.
Well, isn't it amazing? We're supposed to have a country of free speech. You hear all these people say, "Oh, I can say whatever I want because I've got free speech." But we don't have free speech, because if you talk about something that affects the economy of drug companies, there is zero free speech.
Right.
So what ends up happening is we have to muzzle what we say. And, of course, the FDA says that you cannot cure any disease with a natural product.
Yeah.
You can't even treat a disease with a natural product.
Yeah, if you label vitamin C to cure scurvy, suddenly it's a drug. And you know, I speak freely about these things because I feel it's so critical for the health of the people of the planet, much less those in America. And we're empowering them. You're empowering people at Simply Natural, Richard. You know, I appreciate you so much. But what is it, if I can ask you, Andrew, that you can say? I mean, if people are going to hear something, what can they say? What can they hear?
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, Richard, really, you've no idea the trailblazing that you're doing for your listeners too, because this is information they do not have access to. And I can say, you know, yes, Richard, you're right. According to the FDA, we are a food or a nutritional supplement. And as everything you're hearing Robert talk about, and he's been fantastic about bringing that message out there. Our company is very concerned about compliance, so we don't say anything. We do not say any medical anything.
Right. You talk about lifestyle support of basic health. How would you say it?
Yes. Well, what we can say is HempMed's products are just hemp oil that is rich in CBD.
Okay.
That's it. This is not marijuana. It's not about getting high. All hemp products have CBD in them. And what I can say is, you know, Richard mentioned how hemp grows naturally.
Right.
Also, it makes such a host of products naturally, you would not believe it. And the number is in over 25,000.
Yes.
Hemp and cannabis products have the potentially most profitable products in the world. Hemp could literally be used to make everything on this table where Robert and I are sitting at.
Mm-hmm.
It can make glass, it can make paper, it can make your shirt, it can make walls, rope, houses, concrete. And you know,
cars.
Yes, cars. And you mentioned Gerald Ford, Richard, and Henry Ford's first car ran on hemp.
Yes.
Interestingly enough. And what happened?
I didn't know that. I knew he did one on soybeans, but I didn't know he did.
Yeah, the hemp one was was way better.
He had a car that ran on hemp, and hemp is an amazing biofuel. Mm-hmm. And literally, if you grew hemp, I bet you didn't know this, it's an excellent biofuel. If you grew hemp on 7% of the land in the U.S., you actually could feasibly supply the energy demands of the nation for a year.
Right. And not that we want anybody to go into a big box retailer to get hemp oil, but you could go to a Whole Foods and buy hemp oil, but you are not going to have but fractional percentages of that being the CBD that Hemp Meds and Kannaway are able to put into products that have never before been released into the health food market. So that's exciting.
We have revolutionary products.
I got a question
sure.
on a different vein. I just want to get it while it's in my head.
Sure.
People are concerned if they take a hemp oil product, a CBD product, that somehow when they do, if they are forced to do drug testing at their job, that they're going to show up for THC. Is that a risk?
That's a great question. Basically, the way it works is all of our products are below 1% THC. So literally, and you know, that's
significantly
so far down.
Below.
Yes, and to say the truth, that differential is actually why hemp has always been legal to import and sell in the United States, always. You know, hemp necklaces and shirts, and in fact hemp oil, which would be hemp oil drawn from the stalks, the mature stalks of the plant, or from hemp seeds.
Right.
The reason is it is extremely low THC count. It's so low that it's barely there. And all of our products, it's actually significantly lower than 1%, but they're always lower than 1% when they're on the shelves. So literally,
no one has to worry if they do a drug.
No, you have no idea how much this person would have to consume for that to be the case. It literally would be obscene how much.
Like Ron Paul. What did Ron Paul say when he was talking about it, that you'd have to smoke a hemp joint the size of a telephone pole to get high?
You would fall. You would fall over. I mean, it literally would be obscene. It would be an obscene amount you have to consume. And keep in mind, this is why. And you know, we can't talk about this. You've seen a number of states have had legislation recently, and this topic is on fire right now. I mean, really, you guys are covering, you know, breaking news on the level, and this is not being talked about. I mean, this should be on every radio station everywhere.
Right.
But they are passing this state legislation, and they're often called marijuana bills, but they are sometimes in some conservative states CBD only bills.
Right. But the irony there is that the CBD is available right now. You don't even need legislation on the state level to allow these products out.
Yes, literally, you can go to hempmeds.com and read about it now.
You have them?
And before we even carried that, we were carrying the product from HempMed because I gave it to my mother-in-law, who is considerably older than the average population. And we were using it for some issues that she was having of shaking, and it helped her. And so we were using it for that. and I'm using the word shaking as opposed to using a disease word.
Right, get it.
She was
smart.
having some shaking issues,
Mhm.
and she got better, and we were using that. And actually, I was in Africa at the time, and you had, I think it was HempMed on the air with us, or while I was away.
Yes.
I wasn't here. So is that what happened?
Well, one of the episodes we did, in fact, and I just want to shout out, and he's on with me right now, Super Don Naylor, my producer. He's with us here, making it sound so good for you, Richard. And we were talking a lot about this issue because Andrew is not exaggerating from him as what this is. This is revolutionary. This is groundbreaking, and it's transforming the health food arena, because this product, this level of hemp, or we say the CBD, has never been available in a product that you could buy in a health food store. So what you have, Richard, is something that's very special. And you mentioned shaking. I can talk more about what those things are, but we actually interviewed Dr. Jeff Bradstreet for our Monday show, our Advanced Medicine show. This is breaking news. He has a peer-reviewed published paper talking about the endocannabinoid system, and by nourishing it with CBD in gut and elsewhere in the brain, nervous system, that they're reversing certain levels of autism in children now. I said that because I'm not selling anything, but that is coming out of the peer-reviewed journals. This is a very exciting breakthrough that we'll be releasing on Monday on the show. And we actually revealed it on your show first in the world.
That's
right.
true.
We're
That's
more,
true, right?
We're up to date more than your show.
Exactly.
I want to go over.
Yes.
And that is, what time are you going to be on? 3 to 5, right?
On Monday, yeah, 3 to 5, first airing Eastern Time Zone, and then you can download the podcast through iTunes and Stitcher and Natural News and robertscottbell.com. And a lot of the information that we've already discussed is also available in Unlock the Power to Heal, the new book that I have yet to send my friend Richard Pearl. Again, bad host, bad friend.
Have you forgot, I know that Natural News, I believe it was Natural News, picked up Liam's book, Official Stories, which he still owes me extra books.
Did you see that? Did you see Mike Adams?
Collusion?
Yeah, I think so. Mike Adams plugged Official Stories big time. It was beautiful last week.
Well, I'm still, thank God I had a few, but I think there's collusion here.
I
think this is a conspiracy against Pearls of Health and Simply Natural.
We just want you to call us more often.
My book.
We want you to call us more often. That's all.
I see. By the way, let's talk about some of the areas that CBDs have been shown to be beneficial for. And again, this is from research. This is not my. It's not Robert's opinion. It's not Andrew's opinion. Those of you just tuning in, you're listening to Pearls of Health on WBZT AM 1230, the station in South Florida that I happen to be on. And,
the
we're
finest.
on iHeartRadio, and we're on every week, every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m.
And
between areas,
between us, Richard, we got 7 days a week covered, you and me.
Yeah. So basically, let's just cover some of the areas that are valuable.
Yes.
From a scientific research standpoint,
right?
People who have ADD, ADHD, people who have Alzheimer's, people who have ALS, people who have antibiotic-resistant infections, anxiety disorders, arteriosclerosis, arthritis, asthma, autism that you just mentioned, bipolar problems, cardiovascular issues. People use CBDs for cancer. Again, this is all research that's published. Central nervous system issues, Crohn's disease, colitis, epilepsy, other seizures. I know that, Sanjay Gupta did his documentary on weed and weed too, and they focused mostly on the THC component along with the CBDs. And I want to discuss that in a moment.
Yes.
But they were showing, I think it's Charlotte's Web, where they were showing how beneficial that the CBDs are for seizures.
Yes.
People with fibromyalgia, even glaucoma, which has been well known. Irritable bowel. There's a lot of intestinal values to this, and a lot of neurological values to this. Mood disorders, MS responds to it. You see all the autoimmune disorders benefiting from CBD.
Right.
Even people who are OCD, obsessive compulsive, those people benefit as well. So there's a myriad of benefits in CBDs, and that's because we have all these receptor sites in all different parts of our body, particularly in the brain and in the liver. And it seems to be in all the major organs of the body, there's some CBD receptor value that's significant. So we're just in the earliest stages of all this. Imagine 5, 10, 15 years from now when they spend all the money doing all the research, because the profitability and the veil of no longer there. But you got spinal cord injuries, sleep disorders, stress. You've got traumatic brain injuries, tumors, strokes. I mean, you got all this stuff. You know, really what it boils down to, and as I'm talking, I'm realizing what should be the 800-pound elephant in the room. This is going to cost business a lot of money if this stuff is used universally for the issues that I just mentioned.
Well, I think positively, if you think about absenteeism in the workplace, for any number of those things that you mentioned, anxiety especially, I see the most profound element is the perhaps reduction of the use of things like anti-anxiety meds, sleeping pills, SSRIs for depression and things like that. We're seeing a genuine lift here. Now, as I speak as a homeopath and utilizing this, the cannabis sativa, cannabis indica, both in the homeopathic materia medica, these are medicines we've been using for hundreds of years, and of course, hemp has been used for thousands of years of recorded use. When this goes out into the marketplace for your listeners, they're not going to come with labels to say these things, even though the science supports it, even though I've seen it clinically. They'll talk about lifestyle issues. For instance, Kannaway, which you do, it has a thing called a vape pen.
Yes.
Right? Super Don has one here.
Yeah, we have here for you, Richard. This is exclusive
and
hemp vape.
And Richard, I don't know if you know this, but we're broadcasting your show live through Google Hangouts and YouTube right now. So there's a video feed live right now of Pearls of Health with Richard Pearl hosting.
Well, that's great. So what do you have a picture of? My hand in the phone?
Actually, we didn't get a prior approval for your picture to be shown, so you could see Super Don and me and our friend Andrew Hart from Hemp Meds right now from the Atlanta Sheraton Hotel. So if you go online,
my heart.
Well, and basically, Richard, what we have here is a hemp vape. It has a hemp oil product in there that's flavored, and there's 5% CBD in there. It's the first hemp vape. I mean, this is more breaking news. First hemp vape cannabidiol CBD vaporizer product on the market. And it uses I
actually am very familiar with it.
They can't get enough of them at this conference.
I was 8th in the nation in the system when we were looking at it, because I got very big into it before I left for Africa. I'm going to be doing a lot of work with Kannaway. I like the vape pen. I even like the salve even better.
Yes, the salve is
incredible because it calms you down, and I see the benefits. I deal with a lot of people who have needs of the vape pen, but the salve, I deal with so many people that have eczema and psoriasis issues, and you see the dramatic differences quickly. I even had a guy email me pictures of his leg. He had probably a grapefruit-sized psoriasis patch on his leg.
My goodness.
I worked internally on his intestines, and then I gave him the salve, and less than 2 months, it's almost completely healed.
Beautiful. That's the kind of thing I've been seeing as well.
I'm not making a claim.
No,
magic.
You're just sharing some stories.
But the fact is that this is what's happening. People with eczema, they put it on, the itch stops immediately. People use it for lymphatic draining. They've used it for pain. I don't know what you can say, but I'm just telling you my experiences anecdotally from people who use this. Two products are remarkable. And I really want to thank you for bringing it to all 50 states.
Yes.
You're out of California, correct?
Yep, we are out of San Diego, California, as our main office, but we are in all 50 states, and just as we were discussing before, even though these state legislatures are passing these, CBD-only bills, we have always been, legal and available in all 50 states. It's not marijuana, it's hemp oil.
Right.
And, Rich, it's great to hear that you use that. Literally, Robert, said we need one for the show. And we had to go running into the back. And literally,
they can't keep them in stock.
Yeah, they have friends of a friend who are like, where can we buy them? Can we buy them? And they literally there isn't even enough for everybody that wants these things.
So yeah,
I don't know if I should mention this, so I won't mention names.
Okay.
There's somebody very famous that your company distributed some product to, because one of the people that is working with me, her friend is the chef for this major star. So he had a surprise birthday party, and everybody in the party was household, and the company donated some product to them. And from what I understand, they happen to love the vape pen. So I won't mention names because I don't think that's proper, but everybody knows those names. And the products work. And I think that's the main thing. But I do have a question. How does it differ using a CBD-only product and a CBD with THC product? What are the differences in terms of effectiveness, and is there really a difference?
That is a great question. The answer is there absolutely is a difference. And there are some products like that, and really you're talking then Colorado and Washington State are basically the there. I can't really say. There's all kinds of debate, and as you know, I can't say anything in terms of effectiveness, and and what they do. I can't, but I can say there is a big difference if it's THC infused. Well,
first and foremost, you're not getting the psychoactive component that the THC is. However,
exactly.
Richard, your question relates to efficacy. Does it work the same?
Correct.
And there are distinctions and differences, but I have been interviewing doctors as well as patients and parents of children who are using the CBD-rich hemp oil only and getting as superior or even more superior results with the CBD only. So I'm not here to say, because I'm a proponent of the whole plant. I want it legal everywhere because I think God created this thing. It needs to be out there for people to use how they need it. But I'm just been blown away. My heart's opened. Sometimes I'll be crying on the air with some of these stories, especially these children with, including some with cancer, leukemia that are now free of it, and the massive seizure disorders. And we're talking hundreds and beyond hundreds of seizures a day, and some of these kids down to zero. Again, this is me talking from what I'm speaking about my experience in working with doctors and talking directly to parents of these children as well. So I know there is let's say, a religious or cult-like devotion to only THC for some folks out there, but I don't have a dog in that fight. I want all of this available for the people who need it.
What I like about this product is that it's legal today.
Yeah.
It's legal in all 50 states.
Yes, sir.
There is no side effect. There's no adverse reactions to it. I've yet to see one adverse reaction, not one. I've not seen one. I have
Absolutely.
preachers on it. I even have a lady whose husband's a cop who's using it. I mean, this is all safe. It's all legal, and it works. It's no product in the store except it does. This one has a stigma that shouldn't be there, and unfortunately, it is there. But if somebody wants to get the product, what's the best way for them to go about it?
Go to Simply Natural and get it from you, Richard.
Yep, or go to hempmeds.com.
Yeah.
Go to hempmeds.com, and the best thing, and Richard, you should know, I mean, this literally is breaking news for your readers. They should do a lot of research.
Yep.
That's what I really can say. Go online. They should do a lot of research, do their own research. They also can go to hempmeds.com, obviously, to look at these products. There's an FAQ page there as well, and there's a lot that they can read. But, I mean, absolutely, this is something, I mean, Robert's been a great champion of getting this message out, but they should go online and do research.
Do your homework. We've always encouraged that. Richard encourages his audience, people that come to him. Listen, he knows stuff. Richard does, but you don't want people just to be blind followers. Occasionally, maybe, but not typically. We want people.
Actually, it'd be great if they were blind followers to the right people. The problem is that they don't know.
Yeah.
And too many times people hear so many different conflicting views on everything,
right,
not understanding the real science. What you do, Robert, what I do is we're very critical thinkers, and we don't have this kind of skin in the game that warps our thinking. So when we do something, it's very clear. And at the end of the day, we're looking for outcomes, not for efforts. Efforts are nice, but the guy who wins the race gets a disproportionate value from it. The guy who comes in fourth, who barely lost, he put the effort in, he gets the memory of being there. So putting an effort out there has no value. Getting a result does.
Yes.
And the result will give you a disproportionate return on your investment, so to speak. So my goal is, and your goal is, to always push the ideas that make the most impact to the person's life. And when I saw this product, keep in mind that, again, this is not something I normally do. It's not a project I would normally be involved in my history.
Yeah.
But when I saw the compelling evidence, how could you not do it? Then you could argue that what I have is a natural laboratory. So I can see when people are getting a value in something. And again, if you're doing it from a critical thought, you're going to say, all right, if this is working and it's duplicatable, then there's something here. What people don't realize and this is the most important aspect, as a person in business, you buy one product, you pay whatever the number is. Let's say it's $20. Well, I don't buy one product. I might have 30 or 50 or 60 or 100 of the same item. So you might be out $20. I might be out $2,000. So my risk is far greater than the customer's risk. Therefore, I have to know that if I put something on the shelf, it's not a fad. It's not something that is just temporary value. It has to be real value. And the significance of these products, the HempMed products, the Kannaway products, is that the real values. These two products stand alone. There's nothing I have in my store that matches them, nothing.
Yeah.
So when I look at this and I see all the values, and again, you only see the obvious. If the eczema gets better, if the psoriasis gets better, okay, these are inflammatory issues. So you see the obvious on the skin. But what about what's going on internally? This stuff works. By the way, I just want to share this. We're using the salve along with extra peony root, and there's peony in the salve for vitiligo. And people's skin is starting to come back.
That's huge.
You see skin that lost the color.
Yes.
And has been gone for years coming back. Now,
that's huge.
Again, that's real. You can't fake that.
No, and vitiligo is one of the most difficult things to address as well. And also, those of you who are interested in that Kannaway Nation, I would also urge the answer to that question is see Richard Pearl. He'll hook you up.
Yeah, I'll do that because I'm involved in it. I'm not sure where I'm at the moment, but at one point I was 7th or 8th in the nation before I went to Africa the last time. And I only say that not because of ego. I say that because it means that I was behind it.
You saw it.
I was willing to step up and get behind it because this is not something you would normally do. In the kind of career that I have and the where I sit in the community, it's not something necessarily. So you do that only when you know something is that big a deal.
Right.
These two products are that big a deal. But you're going to be coming out with a lot of other things too, aren't you?
Yeah. Anything you can reveal?
A lot. Well, I gotta check. There's rumor.
Yes.
There's rumor of a new capsule.
Okay.
Coming out at this conference that is exclusive news. So I just kind of
that's going to be unveiled here today.
I just kind of leaked that.
Okay.
So there's some breaking news.
Elon Musk getting involved in the space machine. And,
well, Richard, I'm pushing for the hemp toilet paper myself. That's the product.
That's kind of interesting because that's an interesting way of delivery. Although you have to get rid of the other.
Oh my gosh! I knew we'd go there. We had to go there eventually.
Hey, I'm not even running commercials.
Oh no! Listen, this is too important. This is too interesting. Richard,
really is. And how many times do you get an opportunity at a show like this?
Yeah.
And I'm really thrilled that Robert, that you're involved with him so deeply, because
He's been great.
Such great feelings towards you and what you're doing, and the fact that you're so on board with this makes that added value to me. That you can't even quantify. So I'm really, really happy that you're involved. And then, of course, on top of that, the other significance of this is that it's going to help a lot of people.
Yes.
And your voice with Natural News Network and my voice here certainly will be seeds of change. And that's what we need. We need people
to stand
up for the right thing.
And there's a big event.
There's really need you guys.
Yeah, there's a big event. There's two simultaneous events happening, and one of them down near you, Richard, Miami, I believe June 7th and 8th, because we're going to be up in Chicago on the Navy Pier broadcasting live from the Chicago Cannabis Conference. There's one in Miami that's simultaneous to that. HempMeds will be there as well. Kannaway, I think, will be represented there. And I would urge folks to support that. Amendment 2 is on the ballot this fall in Florida. Amendment 2 would fully legalize the medical marijuana, and that includes all of it. That's what we said. We're for the whole plant. But right now, you do not have to wait. There doesn't have to be a legislative overturn of any kind to get the hemp med stuff, the things that, Richard, you have access to for your customer base there in South Florida, which is very exciting. And I want to say something very personal. My wife has been in incredible pain for the last 2+ years because of a trigeminal neuralgia brought on by tooth extractions. And we went through every dietary supplement, homeopathic medicine, even resorted to things we would never normally do, narcotic drugs from prescriptions, because she was in that much pain. And we got a hold of the hemp meds people. They sent us some to try, and it has been a godsend. Now, I'm not saying that everyone is going to have the same experience, but it was so profound. If you understand my passion and why I'm doing this, it's for my wife and what it's done for her and what I believe it will do for a lot of other people for their own needs.
Well, that is incredible. I didn't know that. I didn't know that you used that. That's great. So that means that your wife's feeling a lot better.
Yes.
And so I guess Liam will be staying at your house from now on.
You know what? If you're married long enough and you've housed enough friends, eventually the wives do not like that. They just say, no, nobody can stay in our house anymore. But
now she's pain-free, so she can have him over, and then she can see if hemp keeps her pain-free.
Well, it'll definitely take down the anxiety because, as we've seen, that support for the nervous system, the healthy function is extraordinary, and we have neglected this endocannabinoid system for 50, 60, 70 years now for all the wrong reasons, and we need to re-embrace this immediately.
Think about all the people who've suffered unnecessarily because of a lack of awareness and,
yes.
and an effort to disenfranchise people and to give disinformation. I mean,
yes.
I'll give Sanjay Gupta a lot of credit for this. He got out there ahead of the curve, and he said, look, the government and other sources, including himself, we're not looking at the facts, or we're giving bad information.
Sure.
And now he's turned around, although he has to be very careful in what he says because of his position, and politics rule everything.
Right.
And sponsorships for television shows rule everything, and they dictate to what we hear and believe, unfortunately. So it takes shows like this one, it takes shows like Robert to really get out there and give a different message, one of truth without any attachments. The fact is that neither he nor I need to talk about cannabis oil from a standpoint that it's going to enrich our lives so financially that we care. We're doing it because it makes a difference. And in your wife's life, it's personal. In my mother-in-law's life, it's personal.
Yes.
So therefore, it's personal for both of us. And I've tried the hemp pen. I like it. It's calmed me down. We're doing some really remarkable things in Africa.
Yes.
And it's stressful, and it does calm you down.
Yes.
I will tell you.
And you know how valuable that is? Especially since the entire, pharmaceutical, focus of calming people down can be very dangerous and addictive, and we don't see that at all with this. So you have another option now.
Well, we know that the seizure drugs can actually kill people.
Oh, yeah.
And yet there's no lethal dose rate, no matter how much you take of the cannabis product, that can cause you harm, because the brain actually offsets it if it doesn't need it. And yet with the drugs, it doesn't have that ability. So some of the drugs can actually, either the epilepsy drugs or the seizure drugs, can actually kill the patient. Whereas with the cannabis oil, the CBD part, you can't harm the person even if you tried.
Yeah.
Even if you took a giant doobie brother and you tried to do it, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, we had a number of the moms up in the Tampa Bay area that are dealing with their children with seizures and different things, and Super Don's been instrumental in connecting us all. And the stories that are being told out there are just, they'll warm your heart, make you so happy. Even some misunderstandings from CPS, Child Protective Services, that didn't get the memo on this. The fact is that this is fully legal, and they eventually backed off on their concern with using this for
Although
children.
there is a new story, and we're going to be following up on this, of a mom in San Antonio.
Yes.
That is dealing with a situation where CPS was contacted by a caregiver, and they are now in battle with CPS over the children because they were using CBD.
We've got a lot of consciousness raising. We've got to get the information out, and that's what we're here to do, and I know you are as well. And in South Florida, this can impact.
What it points out is that, unfortunately, the truth is at war with the politics, and there's too many people, whether it's a global warming issue, whether it's a health issue. It's always that there's one side of the equation that wants to suppress information, and the other side that wants to release information.
Yes.
Excuse me. And it's really sad because you get a false sense of understanding when you see the regular media, who has a vested interest in all the pharmaceutical drug companies. Look at all the ads.
Right.
The last thing they want to say is hemp is good. So I do give Sanjay Gupta a lot of credos for what he did, because really it took some guts.
It opened up a lot.
CNN, which I don't particularly like, I give them some credit too because they actually aired it.
Yes.
So
Well,
I'm sure that was they had a lot of discussions behind the scenes how they could do that. But it's quite compelling. And even our governor here, which most people in the state of Florida do not like, he's ready to sign a bill if it passes in November. So,
yes.
And he's come out and said it. So I think that CBDs are here to stay. I will say from a business standpoint, we should touch on this for a second.
Yeah.
This has a great opportunity. This has great legs. A lot of people can't afford to grow or to buy, or to be involved in grow houses when it becomes legal, whether it's in this state or any other state. And they don't have the abilities to, there's a learning curve too on how to grow plants properly and so forth. So even if you wanted to, with all the legal stuff that they're going to push out there, it's going to be very difficult for very many people to make money trying to do the THC version, and the insurances are probably going to be very high. This is something you don't have that issue. In this economy, still lots of people are struggling. A lot of kids are having to live at home at 25 and 30 years of age. A lot of people are paying off the student loans that they'll never pay off, and on and on and on, and people are just scraping by. Here's a business, and if you would, Andrew, just talk, if you can, a little bit about the Kannaway business for a couple.
Can
Sure.
Can you comment on that?
Can make
Yeah.
a lot of money potentially, and you don't have the cost. If you want to open up a health food store, go at it. It costs you $300,000 to $3 million. Take your pick. So that's not available for a lot of people, and that's the only other way you're going to have CBD products available to you now, other than getting involved with Kannaway. If you want to build a grow house, who knows what that costs? And again, you can only do it in 2 states or 3 or 4 states legally now.
Oh, and it's like having a dog, you got to take care of it.
Yeah, I know it's a lot of effort, but
It's a lot of work. They can get involved in Kannaway. It is the premier company. They're in all 50 states. They're the only company in the business that does what they do the way they do it. The first month or so, they had over 50,000 people. I got 60, 70,000 people that have joined after me that I have some value out of.
Right.
So what I can say is that this side to it, which is worthy of looking into, regardless of where you are in your life. It doesn't matter how successful you are. It doesn't matter how unsuccessful you are. It doesn't matter what your personal usage or non-usage is. It's a business that's here to stay, that's going to help a lot of people, and you can have the gratification knowing that you're making a difference, not just in the person's life that you're dealing with, but how about all the hundreds of others that cascade through that? So we only got a few minutes. If you would explain just in general the Kannaway value business-wise, and then I'll explain more when people come.
Sure. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right. We have a couple minutes. I'll give you the rapid-fire version. Kannaway is literally a revolution in the business model. It's amazing, and your listeners should look it up. What they are is it's an MLM system, which is multi-level marketing, and it's literally going out and saying to people, almost it's like network marketing, where it's like, okay, you guys just be the sales force. And what they're doing here in Atlanta is they had 2 days of business trainings where they brought people in, told them about the products, and basically just set them up, and they can go out and sell them and host parties with their friends, and go to their friends and tell them about them. They're training them how to talk about them, and showing them off. And Kannaway's big items are the hemp vape, which now is selling so fast that there isn't enough of them. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Super Don's hoarding his.
It's a revolution. There is the Canna Kick, which I gave to Rob has back here. It is like the Starburst.
It's going to keep my producer awake.
Yes, exactly. The CBD enriched Starburst. And there's also the Cannabis Beauty Defined, which we have on the table.
I'm looking forward to that. But basically, it's very inexpensive to join. It's also, the products are very inexpensive, and people really like the product. And here's the bottom line. You can see it immediately. People respond. They respond incredibly fast to these products. So it's not like you have to use them for a month and guess. And because the people respond so well to it, they want it for themselves, they want it for the family, and so forth. And you can make money. So there's all that to this. So if you want, you can come down and see me at Simply Natural. Call us at 954-741-4045. Again, 954-741-4045, and we can explain it more. But this event that goes in Atlanta is for 2 days, and this has got to be incredibly rewarding to all the people that are coming out there. You must be overstocked with people just coming out of the.
We're packed. We're getting a lot more than we thought. It's been pretty amazing. And I'll tell you what, too, Richard. I will get your email from Rob, and we will connect with the Kannaway folks when they are in Florida as well, and we can give you some exclusives.
Yeah, because they'll be down there in Miami, so you definitely want to connect with them, Richard.
Yes, I will. I missed part of what you said. There was like a glitch there. So I heard that you said that I was the best person in the United States.
That's exactly.
That's also true.
There was no glitch.
Let me tell you, these listeners have no idea what you're doing, and then the message you're there to educate people in a world where there is disinformation and just crazy lies and just all kind of mixed up nonsense. And Robert has been a voice for truth and reality, and really what you're doing is very significant, very important too.
Well, we very strongly feel that this makes a difference in people's lives. This will help a lot of people get off, in my opinion, a lot of the medications, and it'll stop them from going on the medications in the first place. Problem is the society where they're only told to buy Chevys, they don't know that there are Fords out there. So it doesn't matter how many great Fords that are out there. The guys in the power say, but you can only. We have a new kid in town. It's the cannabis kid.
There you go.
Right? Has got values that the Chevy dealership can't offer.
Yeah.
And it can offer it safely. So we're out of time. Andrew, I want to thank you for coming on. Robert. Coming off, Robert. And those of you just tuning in, the show's called Pearls of Health. We're on every Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. until next week. Been listening to Pearls of Health on WBZT AM 1230. Also, Robert will be down next week, so of course, love in Florida as well.
All right.
Until then, be well. See you. Bye. And anything else you want to add, real quick?
The power to heal is yours, Richard. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Richard.
I'm choking, I'm puking. I love it.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Pearls of Health with Richard Pearl,
great.
Brought to you by Simply Natural. Looking for something to do today? How about a visit to Simply Natural, Florida's best health food center at 8271 Sunset Strip in Sunrise. There's a fully organic restaurant right next door. You can enjoy a healthy break and a great afternoon of ideas and products for healthy living. For directions, call 1-954-741-4045. And join us live again next Saturday at 1 for Pearls of Health with your host, Richard Pearl, right here on 1230 WBZT and WBZT.com. Have a healthy weekend. News traffic.
All right, Lynn, thanks. That sounds like it went over just fine.
1230 WBZT.
Yeah, thank you. It was good.
Yeah, good interaction with Richard. Appreciate it. We'll talk later.
That was magnificent. Thank you.
Okay,
Did you
have a
grab
good
some of
weekend.
these?
Bye-bye.
Did you grab
So we're all
some of
good?
these?
Yeah, that was
The green ones?
It's good, right?
You have the green ones? Okay. I just want to make sure because they.
So,
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if somebody. Okay, no. As long as you got them, that's cool.
Richard, man,
Okay.
great show.
All right. Yeah, well, grab that other one that's over there then too. So you've got a couple of them. I don't know why it's just.
What? The power to heal is yours or what?
What's that?
Okay, well, yeah, I got your vibe. We were smoking. Can I give you Andrew's number, or do you want Andrew to have your number, the PR guy?
Oh, it's great.
Okay. And I'll give him yours as well, because it'll be a great connect when the event comes down south. Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Yeah, beautifully done. So we'll talk more later. We're going to be doing interviews all day. All right, see ya. All right. So I'll give you Richard's number, and you can give me yours, and I'll forward it to him.
Next time we go, they
Yeah.
can here for you.
What?
They can take the books, right?
No, they're for sale. The books are for sale.
Oh.
Hey, books are for sale.
Sorry.
I work hard. I can't give them away.
All right, guys. So if you're still tuned in to the Google Hangout, we just got done with filling in, not filling in, but being a guest on Richard Pearl's show on WBZT in Florida. And so we're going to take a little break now, and we will be back. And I believe we'll have Christopher Hussey, Brandon Vera at some point. Probably going to try and grab Billy Funk when we get a chance, and who knows who else. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in just a moment.
5418.
I wish I could give. Well, you know, if somebody bought a bunch of them, I'd give them. Hold on, see if they come.
There you go.
Coming?
Georgia.
Yeah, it's listed. I've been in Atlanta 30 years before I left, and I just kept my number.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So now I've got this. Let me add this
Hometown
number.
for you.
Yeah, for me, this is. That's why I sent Brendan Vera to my favorite restaurant. Did they make it back? Brandon. Who brought me food too? Oh, he's the best.
Yeah, I told her.
At the contract.
There we go.
So.
She said all organic.
Yeah.
So Rob Scott Bell.
Robert Scott Bell. Yeah. So let me say Andrew Hurd.
Yeah, H-A-R-D. Hard.
Oh, Hard. I'm sorry. I said it right earlier.
And I'll message you now. And you give me Rich's text, your number and email. And I'll reach out to him and I'll hook you guys up with who's there and all that. Cause I'll be in Chicago. Are you gonna go back and forth?
Yeah, we're going back to Chicago tonight.
Oh wow.
We're just seeing. Andrew, are you on Google Plus? Yes, you are. They're all over. So many of them. Oh, Brandon, my bless you. It's fucking cool. Wasn't it awesome? Dude, it was for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did they take care of you?
For sure.
They hooked you up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's such a great place. It's an institution, and they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you are the man. Thai Express with salmon. Oh, I'm blessed.
There you go. Hooked you up.
This is so good. Yeah. We're here all afternoon. Yeah.
So that was a great show.
Yeah.
Next
so
month.
how do I get you? Let me see.
Yeah, how do you give me Richard's email? Here, I just texted
Okay.
you.
Oh, perfect. All right. So now let's see.
And just send to me or share contacts.
Can I just take a look at these?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
ma'am.
you can look at
Take a
them.
look at it. Yeah.
That's the
Is this the same format as the one that the black is taking?
largely. I mean, they'll be different, they're marked differently, but it's the cannabis CBD defined.
Is it still the same green stuff?
Yeah, it's CBD infused like beauty here. Cannabis beauty defined. They should be telling you all about them.
Yeah.
Largely, the whole event is multi-level marketing. Teach everybody here how to go out and sell them yourself, basically. Their training. That's the cannabis beauty defined. We have the hemp vape right there. Vapor as the pen. That's the hemp vape. Those are super popular.
Lunchtime. How y'all doing?
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah. Thank you.
How are you?
Great. Richard Pearl.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, too. I have. It's funny he was.
They're so conscious about it. And it's just quirky. The place is so cool, you know?
Yeah, we took off our shirts. We took off our shirts photos. Like, take a shirt off. Photo together.
Was Richard put up
Oh, yeah, he was there. We were hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Standing there, dropped all his knees, got back up, dropped all his knees,
Yep.
got back up. He's like, can you do that? I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No drugs, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Brandon, very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Oh, I've been missing this.
Thanks, man. Thanks, bud. Cool, man. Very, very cool. Man, whatever we can do, it's so awesome.
Broadcast all over Florida.
Thanks, bud.
doing, Jeff? Very, very cool, man. Very well. So, are you coming to Chicago, the Navy Pier event, or are you going to Miami, or can you know? I heard those you went to Chicago this week, but I haven't heard anything since then. Okay. Hope so, because we'll be there. It should be a great weekend. Election. Oh, sure. We flew down from Chicago this morning. We're flying back to Chicago tonight for the autism event that we're doing. Nice, yeah. Damien's over there. Yeah, yeah. Was that Autism 1? Autism 1, yeah. I spoke there yesterday. Thank you. How much are the books? 17. Yeah, like a branded barrel. USB. Oh, he's totally cool. Yeah. Yeah, he's pro Kannaway everything. So I thought that was a great show. Dude, and it's available to watch on our Google Plus, our YouTube. Oh, great. It was recorded video as well. Yeah, did you give me your email too? I gotta email you, like send me links. My name is Gmail, robert.mel@gmail. Okay, great. Great. You got any right now? Well, I have some of my own, but this is just for show, not for sale. The only thing for show is books. And here we have the hemp vape. And ask Jennifer, what did she walk off to, or do we have any? Yeah, everybody is talking about these. The vape price of hemp. She ran off to a USB to your computer, and this little flask of hemp goes in the pen. And the info is pen, you smoke it like an electronic cigarette. And it's all new. It's really yeah, it's amazing. It's all hemp oil. All that's all legal these days. 5%. Yeah. Mary, what's your last name? Oh, that one. So enjoy the it looks like Don or Don? Don. Don and Jennifer off the hemp. Vaping it up. They want to quit smoking. Yeah, that's the way. Smoke that. It's like, can I try it? This guy was outside selling lipstick out in that heat. And I said, listen,
okay, while you're eating, I'm going to let her talk.
This ain't going to be
Dr. C.J. Quitman.
Oh,
no.
They're training, right?
So he does a radio show live every day. Well, that's good.
Okay. This is the Kannaway Nation. Train you guys to sell. I'll have to, if you want, I can grab one of you guys and they have to do that. They could like the radio show here. They ran off. We don't have enough to give you live. It happened. My friend wants to buy Jen, do we lose the bait? Oh, Don, okay. I'm just telling you, they want to see it. I want it. Yeah. So should I take the beauty stuff and put it back? Okay.
All right, folks. Looks like the camera got.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. It got knocked over. I just stepped outside and it got knocked over. But we are here at the Atlanta Sheraton downtown at the Kannaway events. Looks like they've just taken a short break here. People coming out. If you missed it, we just did. We were just on the Pearls of Hell show. Richard Pearl down WBZT down in Florida. Just got done with that. And we had Andrew Hard, who is the director of communications for Hemp Meds. Had him on talking about the Kannaway and about the CBD and the products from Hemp Meds. So trying to see who we got here in the crowd. Just a bunch of excited people here today. Just what's going on here in the lobby. And all right, so you can't hear Robert, but he's. And you got this from Brandon Vera. He brought this for you. Brandon Vera, gotta love Brandon. All right, and I'm Super Don, and I'm your host for this Google Hangout here today. So at this point, we're just kind of just hanging out and seeing what's going on here. Let me grab this handheld mic here. All right, just going to adjust something here. There we go. All right, now it's working.
Just an article I wrote online. Just so you remember who I am.
I would be back.
Shows that you know about that you're doing, I would love to come. No, and especially wherever.
All right. So I'm going to see if maybe we can grab somebody and talk to somebody here.
How y'all doing?
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, wow. Got a whole chapter at the end about cannabis.
Yes.
All right, and I'm going to assume that most of you found the link to the video here on Facebook. I'm actually going over to the page right now. Let's see what we got here. Facebook is the place. You want to leave some questions or comments. That's the best way to communicate with us right now. Shares up. What's that?
Are you signing people up through the computers? Or?
No, this isn't the sign up. We've got a live broadcast going on right now. That's all right. What's your name?
Kenley Washington.
All right. You're here at Atlanta at the Kannaway event?
Yes, I am. I'm here. Actually, seen the seminar yesterday and decided I'm on board. So look for me to be one of those top producers in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days, actually.
What is it you like about Kannaway?
You got me.
What is it? What's got you excited? Why do you want to be involved?
Right now, I see it as a groundbreaking company, especially with the medical and the health benefits that I seen after. Initially, I took it more as a kind of a social type of thing, and now that I see that it has some great health properties, that's going to be the added incentive to make it a great sale. And I feel it's a strong product that I can put my name behind, which I don't do with a lot of things.
How did you hear about it?
Through the master internet man himself, internet marketer himself, Rodney Burton.
Rodney, all right. Yeah, we got to get Rodney over here and talk to him.
Definitely.
Great guy.
Definitely. And like I said, I'm looking forward to great things of being associated with the company. And like I said, look for me on that stage pretty soon.
Okay, we'll be looking for you. All right. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Don.
Don, pleasure to meet you.
All right. Take care. I'm sorry?
Don stand for Donald.
It does, indeed.
That's my husband's name.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No pressure.
Hopefully we can edit it up and make me look like I look, sound good, all right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right.
Does your computer have a USB port?
It does.
charge my phone?
Yeah, right over here on the side here.
Oh, that would be great.
Yep. All right, so you can see there's a lot of people here. Great turnout. Flip it over. Maybe it might be the other way around. There you go. All right, so if you're just tuning in right now, you are watching a live stream from downtown Atlanta, the Atlanta Sheraton. We're here at the Kannaway event, Memorial Day weekend Kannaway event, and people are just taking a quick break here. A lot of people hanging out here in the lobby. Give you a visual here. What's going on? No worries. No worries. See just over in the distance there, two gentlemen there in the suits there. The guy to the by the rail there, that's Jeff Rogers. He's the president of Kannaway. And we got Dr. Dean over here. Dean Pitcanis. We had him on, we did a Herb Day online Google Hangout with him just the other day. He's the patent holder. Robert's still raving about the lunch that he got there from Brandon Vera. For those of you who don't know who Brandon Vera is, we've had him on the show, champion UFC fighter, big advocate for CBD, especially when it comes to athletes and performance. I myself personally am a big fan of Brandon Vera. Back in the day when I wasn't working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I used to spend a considerable amount of time watching UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, and Brandon Vera was my favorite. Great guy, has a big heart, but also somebody you don't want to meet in the dark alley if you're on the. You don't want to mess with Brandon Vera. Let me just put it that way. He'll take care of business. So. We will have more interviews coming up shortly. Right now, people are just kind of taking a break from the presentations that are going on inside the grand ballroom here at the Atlanta Sheraton. And then we will, I mentioned this before, we will be here until later on this evening, and then we get to jump on a plane and go back to Autism One in Chicago, where we will do our broadcast, regular broadcast for the show tomorrow on Sunday, and then flying back home, and then back again to Chicago on June 7th and 8th at the Navy Pier for the Cannabis Conference. Come on over here for a second. And who we got here?
Barry Elrod, network marketer extraordinaire, 32 years.
All right. So it looks like a big turnout. How are things going here today?
Things are rocking and rolling. I wish I invited more people. The new product launch of the caps and the compensation plan enhancements are really good.
Just keeps getting better and better.
Keeps getting better. These guys are sharp, and they keep tweaking and improving and getting better.
Great. Okay.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
I got to get me a jacket like that. Did you see that? That green jacket? Wow, he looked like the what was it? The Riddler from Batman? Some people are fans of the color green, and I think that has something to do with the industrial hemp plant, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so it looks like they're getting started back inside again, and we'll have somebody shortly. In fact, you know who we should talk to is our.
We have somebody lined up.
Oh, we have somebody lined up. Who do we have lined up? All right. Well, I'm going to readjust this then.
I know you know what to do. Now, that 1 hour radio show, will it be available for download later?
I recorded it, so I'll just have to cut it up and do something with it.
What about a video?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was on the Google Hangout as well. It's a continuous video that I'm doing though, so I'll have to go in and I'll have to cut it out. Yeah, we're talking shop right now.
So that can be done offline or from online. So you don't have to download the whole video.
I don't have to download the whole video. I can just cut out the hour.
Yeah. Let's do that. It's always you want to.
What's that? Oh, yeah, we got to talk to her too. She's the one that is designed the skincare, the beauty define. Yeah, okay, no problem. You bet. I'm gonna turn this mic. Oh, sorry. Turn that down. All right. Watching Robert eat. So who do we have coming up? Jeff Rogers? Oh, okay. All right, cool. Jeff Rogers, I believe Jeff Rogers is the CEO and president of Kannaway.
Okay. Got it. All right.
Well, I got my dream come true. I couldn't go to R. Thomas, but R. Thomas was brought to me by Brandon Barrett. Got fed by Brandon. Here? Yeah. He fed. What do you have? I went to R. Thomas and got me a Thai Express bowl with salmon. All of it. What's happening? Oh, much.
Boy, I'm weak today. Definitely. What's up?
Need to rally.
You can see Robert's eating his food. Nom 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 nom. It's doing sound effects. Robert's eating.
We just did a live broadcast. Now we're going to be doing pre-records. If you're up for some more, absolutely.
Sherzad, you see Sherzad, she says she wants to eat whatever you're eating. Sherzad says she wants to eat whatever you're eating. All right.
My water down
Oh yeah.
there.
Right. All right, well, not a whole lot going on at the moment here, but we will be momentarily doing some interviews here. So who's on deck? Jeff Rogers, okay. Okay. You looking for this? All right, so we're just waiting here for a few minutes. We will have Jeff Rogers on, and I'm just getting his bio real quick, so I want to make sure that I'm giving out the right information here. Founder, President, and CEO of Kannaway. All right, there you go. So Jeff, he's the founder, president, and CEO of Kannaway. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So going back to Facebook here. See what's happening here. I don't know if you can hear that kind of a staticky sound. I think it might be just local here. Oh, huh. Not too excited in the moment, guys, but hang in there. We'll have some stuff happening here soon. Robert's just signing a book here. And you see who that there with Robert, that is, her name is Janelle, and she actually is the one who is behind the beauty and health, or the skincare line, which we've got here. And, you know, listen, I'm not that big into skincare. I suppose I could be. But what's really cool is the look and the design of this recently. and it's really sharp looking. So for a guy, I think we would just look at this and go, wow, that looks really cool. I don't know, you know. Although I hear a lot of guys are using the skincare line too. And yeah, we've been encouraged to try it out. So yeah. Well, if you remember last time that Charles was on, he actually said, I can't wait for you and Super Don to try the new skincare line. So
What was he thinking?
I don't know. Do I have crow's? I guess if I was very like critical of my skin situation, I actually cared. Do I have crow's feet? Yeah, I've got, yeah. I don't know. Does it matter? We should do a poll on Facebook. Should Don be concerned about his crow's feet?
Right, so let's look at what we have for Sunday right now, so we know what to fill in for.
All right, Patsy just made a comment here. Maybe she's talking about my crow's feet. Oh, no. We love you too, Patsy.
All right, so we got Dr. Bradstreet for Monday.
Yep.
Fill in 1 and a 4. The Batar eventually, I got to write this down. 5, 6. He doesn't do it with that stuff.
Okay. That's for Monday.
Yeah.
All right. See, people are getting a behind the scenes look here at how we do this. We're letting our secrets out.
Normally we're live, but we're recording some notes. Let's see here.
Just planning out the next couple of days here.
All right, we already did the 21st. That's done. 23rd, that was yesterday. That's done. I think the 22nd was an encore or what?
Yes, from February 16th.
25. Here's tomorrow.
Okay.
We got Dr. Leah Parker.
Right.
1 and 2. We got Bulletproof Coffee for segment 2.
Right. So we need to do a segment 4.
Hour 2 to wrap up Sunday show.
Okay.
And what else do we have for 5:25?
That's just hour 2.
Yeah. So are we completely open for hour 1?
What is the date tomorrow?
The 25th.
25th. Then yes, we've still got
don't have anything?
We've got an hour 1.
We don't have any other hand that I don't know about. So we got to start filling in for tomorrow. 14 hours 1. Hour 1.
We got the camera live over here, huh? Okay, no, I was just letting you know. I didn't know if you knew it was on or not.
First things first, whoever we interview right now, we can start filling in segments per hour.
Okay.
Or the finale per hour.
All right. Well, we've got Jeff Rogers coming up, so we could do him. We could open with him. I think that'd be easy. And I think we'll grab now our favorite hemp guy over here. He's whispering. Is that because he's got something going on with his voice, or is he?
Don't know.
Okay.
I want to interview him.
Okay.
Do you remember his name?
No. Do you remember his name? The hemp guy? He does have laryngitis. You glad to come over and give us his Godfather impression? You make an offer you can't refuse.
All right. Time frame. Let's write it down so we have them.
All right, we'll do 11:50 on a segment 1. And segment 2 is going to be 6 minutes minus 10, 20. So we're going to do 5:30 on segment 2. On this one here, we're going to do minus 30, so it's going to be 11. No, it's a 13-minute segment, so 12:30. And that is 5:50 minus 10, 20, 30, so that would be 5:50 minus 30 would be 5:20.
Got it.
All right?
Looks good.
Yep, okay.
Over to that. Looks good.
Yes, Super Don can do math periodically. And you guys are going to have to let us know whether this Google had this behind-the-scenes thing is something actually that's more like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this.
It's probably so they're bored out of their minds.
They're like, oh, this is exciting.
Go out there and play.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Super Don's got to take his shirt off now because he made me do that one time on the air.
Actually, I could do it right now, and they couldn't see it anyway. So.
Oh, you're hiding. Look
I'm behind
you.
the laptop.
He's behind the changing screen.
That's right.
All right, let's see. I got my water there, empty, semi-empty Dasani bottle. Who's that's Coca-Cola water? You know that. It's tap water with garbage. You know me.
From Coca-Cola, it's tap water.
I'm not
now
grateful.
with garbage.
See, your husband can make a commercial out of anything.
That's right. Coca-Cola.
All right, where's that sound coming from? Crackly. Some crackly.
That's the same sound that we heard the other day.
Yeah, I had to switch the positioning of this thing because when it was this way, that was it. So there's something weird. I don't know. Maybe it's wires that are crossing over or something. All right, I better get the charger out for this. Let's see if we can do that. My mom should be on her way, so she'll be here soon.
Mama Bell's going to be here. That's right. I forgot about that. Have you heard back from Kurt?
No, I hadn't heard the first thing from Kurt. You were the only one telling me what's
texted
going
him.
on.
I should give him a call. Let me
Did he
try
say
giving
it
him
was possible for him to come or not?
Yeah, he said it sounded good.
Okay.
I mean, that was a few days ago, but.
Dude, so you see what's problematic here is we just broadcast with this thing, and we used 1.83 gigabytes of 10 gigabytes for the whole month.
Okay.
That frickin' is amazing.
It's the broadcasting.
Yeah.
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 Because that's serious data.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we don't do it every day.
No.
But when we're on a road trip like this, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you killed the plant. All right. Plant is much tougher than me.
Hey, Kurt, it is Don calling you from the Sheraton downtown Atlanta. I just wanted to let you know that we're in town. We're going to be here till later on this evening. At this point, did we get the flight delayed?
No.
They can't do it?
No.
Okay, so we'll be here till, let's say, 5. So if you get a chance, come on down and say hi. We might even do a pre-recorded interview with you. So anyway, just shoot me a text or give me a phone call or whatever, but we'd like to hook up with you since we're here in town, if it's possible. If not, that's okay. We'll be around again sometime, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, I will talk to you soon. Bye. We got a comment on your blouse. It's pretty. Yes. Patsy Cable.
Well, thank you, Patsy.
See, now, if there was a way they could interact with us and we could actually hear them,
well,
that would be interesting.
We could. Now, if somebody wanted to chat with us, we have the technology. We would have to, I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody who would want to do that, to be honest with you. If you would like to chat with us, then let us know on Facebook. And if you have the ability to go on Google Hangout, we could actually do that. So if that is something you would like to do, let us know. Yeah, this is nice. Nice. The Sheratons are nice. Huh? I did. Yeah, that's cool. All right. You want the phone back?
All right, so we can get him if he's available. Okay. So is that working, Don? You notice anything?
It tastes good.
But as far as reduction of cravings for cigarettes?
No, I haven't noticed that.
Okay.
I don't know that it would, but it might.
Well, from a habitual standpoint, to reach for that instead of cigarettes.
Psychologically,
yeah.
yes, for sure. Oh no, I had it in my pocket. Yeah, no, I know these are huge and in demand.
All right, Eric, where are we going to get you?
Yeah,
Over here?
we'll get him over here. That way we can get him on camera.
Yeah. Where's all your stuff so I can have your website and everything? I want to make sure I have it all. Yeah. This will be great. Did I bring out a pencil? I thought I did.
Yeah, it's right here.
Thank you. Okay, I have eyes over there. So let's see. Do we want to do a short segment because your voice is weak? Yeah. So we'll do.
They were just saying that you were whispering earlier. I thought maybe you had to do there.
Right, of course. Yeah. So should we do a segment 2 or a 4 with Eric? The first hour is wide open, so.
Let's do a 2.
Okay.
Actually, we don't even know who having a 1, so let's do a 4.
A 4?
Yeah,
Okay.
just in case we want to do a 1 too.
All right. It'll be a short one then. The website is thehempfoundation.org.
Test, check.
All right. Put that on so I can hear you.
Is it? Hello?
Yeah, bring it in a little closer like mine.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Perfect. That'll be great.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you that I haven't promoted the Hemp Foundation to the public yet. So soon I've been wanting to get it out there. So
this is time.
It's the time is now.
Let's do it.
Hemp Foundation. All right. So get a drink of this, and it's going to be about a 5-minute segment.
Perfect.
Okay. All right.
What is that that's hanging around your neck?
This is a reishi mushroom.
Cool.
The mushroom of spiritual immortality.
Nice.
So all the Taoist monks and stuff, you'll see all scrolls and paintings where they're all holding their reishi in their hand as their totem.
Oh, okay.
And so I just thought it was a good luck piece. My friend gave it to me, and then I had another friend put it as a necklace, and it has a lot of high energy in it too.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
Awesome.
Very cool.
It's like you used to wear necklaces filled with candy and artificial coloring. Now you got the right thing to wear around.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, so let's go. We're going to go 5:25. It'll be the final segment for tomorrow's broadcast. Or this is first hour.
That's hour 1.
Is it? Okay, so final segment of hour 1. We know we have. Oh, it's interesting because tomorrow then what will end up happening is that we'll be in Atlanta.
We'll be in Chicago and Atlanta.
We'll be in
at the same time.
Chicago, and then we'll finish up in Atlanta. This is
There
going to
you
be a
go.
wild broadcast tomorrow. All right, say when.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, we're still in Atlanta for the Kannaway event, and we're meeting some great people, and we've got someone we met at the Cannabis Cup and the Kannaway event in Denver last month. His name, Eric Loiter. He's known as Eric Hempseed Loiter. I'm thinking I'm sitting around here loitering. What is wrong with me? I don't know what city I'm in because we've been in Chicago. Now we're in Atlanta, and then we're going back to Chicago, and all in the same 2-hour show. How is this possible? It's the wildest broadcast ever.
We brought the DeLorean.
We did.
You know,
we got the DeLorean
brought
time
the
machine.
DeLorean. So.
Eric Lloyd, he's with us now, and I could have sworn we had you on already because we got to hang out, and I loved your energy. And now you're here. You're here with us. Thank you, Eric.
Thank you. Welcome to Atlanta.
Yeah, it does. I've been here 30 years, and I left about 8 years ago.
Oh, you were living here?
30 years I was here.
Did you guys know there was a Hemp, Georgia?
Hemp, Georgia?
I found out about it. Yeah, I plan on going there tomorrow to get some footage and show people what's going on there.
I got to find out. I want to.
It's about 100 miles north from here.
Cool. Hemp, Georgia. That's almost to the Tennessee border or South Carolina.
Yeah, and there's not much going on. It's just a strip of a town I found out. There's like about 5 churches or like a school. You can pass it by driving by. You wouldn't even notice it. The guy said I called the Baptist, the guy at the church there, and I told him I want to come down and visit him, so it'll be kind of cool.
Awesome.
Get some pictures.
Let us know, man. The Hemp, Georgia. How cool is that? Eric Lloyd, you have the hempfoundation.org, thehempfoundation.org, and you're a walking history museum. Honestly, you're wearing it. You've got some documents that are 200 years old or something.
Oh, 500 years old.
500-year-old hemp documents.
1497 is the oldest piece of historical memorabilia I've collected, and it's a old woodcut. And I love to show people the history because it gets people more excited about what's going on, and they can kind of see for themselves that it's been around. There's definitely a lot of controversy that's been keeping people away from even knowing about it. So when they learn the history, they see for themselves that they don't have to believe what they've been hearing.
Right.
It's been there and it's been used for a lot of stuff. So I've been collecting a lot, as much as I can get my hands on. And my goal now is to see if we can get this to the masses, because it's not any good doing in my hands. I'm not doing much with it, so I wanted to see if we can get it to people to use to show their friends and educate as many people as we can.
That's great. And last time we were together, we took a picture with a flag, a hemp flag. What was the history on that one? Do you remember?
Well, the first flag was actually made with hemp, and that was the 13th flag. And what's cool is the people that made that flag is an American-made one. They made like only 500 or so, and they were passing them to they gave one to Woody Harrelson. They were trying to get them to congressmen and stuff. And actually just recently there was a hemp flag that they raised above a Capitol building. And so I definitely think if we just show people that, we pledge allegiance to the flag, we should tell them that it was on hemp.
Yes.
And actually under the republic for which it stands, which the republic in Latin is the law, which was on hemp paper.
Right.
So it's pretty cool to know the facts. And definitely we've been lied to, so we got to tell people the truth in a fun way. And so all the memorabilia is really exciting. One thing I actually did was I set up a museum and helped this guy in Ashland, Oregon. He had a hemp store called the Hemporium, and I said, hey, let's do a museum, and just started throwing stuff up there now. But I have one in Portland with another gentleman that's getting hemp legal there. And basically the goal for me now is to see if we can duplicate some of these prints on hemp paper.
Yes.
And anybody that would like to have a way to educate their friends or family could get prints on paper to showcase. And ultimately the main goal would be countries donate, so somehow work with them to get a hemp building or something where they can showcase all the stuff with hemp, even if they're not growing it, so that basically eventually they could show their politicians, their community, and then it gets talked about more to the point where we press the issue.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Now, at the hempfoundation.org, thehempfoundation.org, what will people find there? Will it be an education site? Will it be a historical site? What will be there?
We're working to be an educational ministry. We also have Hemp Aware, so we're definitely all about education, and so we're kind of in the groundworks, like I told you just a little bit earlier, is that we haven't really put it out to the public yet, but soon it will be up and running full blast. Right now it's just temporary up there. There's a lot of content.
We feel honored for being the first to let everybody know about it.
Exactly.
And since we were last together, there's been some hemp news. There's states that are coming on board with what's going on here. The full legalization, partial. I mean, the opening, the consciousness is shifting very rapidly.
Yeah, actually, it was cool because I stayed an extra day in Denver, or I went to Boulder, and was able to plant hemp seeds for the first time in Colorado.
Yes.
And there's a lot of controversy with the seeds being held by the customs and the DEA. So I'm really working with anybody I can to get get this to clean up the mess.
Eric Lloyd, thanks for being with us real quick. We're going to go back to Chicago. And
are you ready?
Next hour. Here we go. Into the time machine. Dr. Leah Parker is going to join us, and Bulletproof Coffee. Ooh, that's for Don. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Thanks.
Did we get out in time? Borderline?
Actually got out a few seconds early.
5:20. We did it? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we're good.
All right. Great. Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you.
show one with you about the help. I have a question. And I said, oh, can I ask my guy a question? I actually thought he was going to forget that. Right. So I got to talk to him. And he started saying stuff about it. So I was asking him, like, is that something to do with it?
Well, there was supposed to be through Health Freedom Mexico.
Yeah. Either way, I was just happy because I was like thinking that was pretty funny. Now I'm finally happy to get out there more because I'm kind of a shy guy.
Yeah.
So you can bring out that and be like,
you're fine. Great.
Get rid of my vulnerabilities. Are you guys into Eckankar?
I'm in it.
Oh, cool. My mom and dad, that's what they did.
Yeah.
My mom went to an ethics convention in Phuket, and she's married. The guy they connected, and they were in the midst of Eckankar.
Wow. Do you have a picture of him? Maybe I've met him before.
My dad's from Lloyd, so my mom, Carolyn, her last name is Smith. I don't know if she's from Lloyd.
Are they on Facebook? Look her up.
She's been in
All right, well, there you have it. We just did an interview with Erica Waits from the HempFoundation.org. That'll be airing on tomorrow's show. All right, gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right back.
Do this, and let me just see. Send a request, message.
Sometimes when they're not your friend, it goes to other podcasts.
Right.
I'll try that.
Hey, Reed.
You want to do Jeff Rogers?
Yes. Yeah, you got it. I just want to get to the point where I mentioned stuff. Yeah.
See how we incorporate that. It has that herbs that magic healer.
Yeah.
It has
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah. Jeff, what's the last name?
Rogers.
Thank you.
People like that.
Right.
We can go to other countries and work as a team to help educate people. Just
awesome.
Somehow I want to work with organizations like that.
Right.
Spiritual. That's where I connect with most people there.
Yeah. Totally cool.
All right, coming up next, we've got Jeff Rogers, who is the founder, president, and CEO of Kannaway.
Sure, absolutely. All right, Jeff. Thank you. We had a great broadcast today already. It went out to all of South Florida. I'm giving the heads up to that coming in at Miami. So,
we have a event coming up Monday?
Well, it's kind of an associated event with them. It's kind of split.
Oh, it's kind of as a part of a cannabis event?
Yeah, in that realm. We don't have because we're focusing on the Chicago cannabis,
right.
But it's at the same time Miami, so some of the hemp folks are down there, so splitting up a little bit. So kind of let the crowd down there know how they can reach. They can't come up to Chicago. So perfect. All right, yeah, headset. Let's go. We're going to target about 11:50. We're opening up tomorrow's first hour, right? With this,
Correct.
Okay. So let's get a level for you. And
Test.
How's that? Test. A little bit more.
No, we're good.
Waveform's good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So we know about 11:50. We're going to open the show tomorrow since we already went live. So now we're kind of getting ahead. Okay. So we're going to be doing interviews that'll be airing through the next week. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this will open up tomorrow's show. So, what? You ready? Is this a picture or a video?
Picture.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. Ready?
Ready? All right.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, it is the Robert Scott Bell Show. I don't know what city we're in today.
It's so hard. You start off in Florida, I started in Oregon, and then we met in Chicago.
Yes.
Now we're in Atlanta, going back to Chicago, then back to Florida and Medford, and then back to Chicago in 2 weeks.
Yeah, but even so, on this show, it's going to be happening each hour, a different city, and even 2 cities in 1 hour because we're traveling so much.
I'm telling you, that DeLorean.
Yeah.
It really is a wonderful thing.
We have, and it's made of hemp. Our DeLorean is made of hemp. And it's here right now, Atlanta. We have a very special guest that we're going to kick it off with today. His name is Jeff Rogers, and I'll let him tell everybody who he is and why we have him on. He's a totally cool guy at a totally cool place for a company called Kannaway. Great meeting great people and getting the word out about CBD. Jeff, welcome to the Robert Scott Bell Show.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so tell me, what is it that you do with Kannaway?
Well, I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
Oh, we went right to the top.
There you go. All right.
The CEO is with us right now. What's up with that, man? You're putting on a great show. We were together at the Cannabis Cup and the Kannaway launch in Colorado. Had a great time. A lot of good folks. We got to meet some doctors that were with us, and Brandon, the Truth Vera.
The Truth.
Oh, he's a beast, isn't he?
He's totally
what a
cool.
wonderful man.
Yeah, and you know what? And then Mom's showing up. Hi, Mom. We're just recording here on the Robert Scott Bell Show. We'll get her on for a segment. And we had Brandon go to R. Thomas, my favorite restaurant in Atlanta, and he brought me my favorite Thai Express bowl with salmon. So I've been nourished by Brandon Vera, and I'm being nourished by the CBD.
And you didn't even know, because we've got the live Google Hangout going on here, so people got to watch you eat.
They were watching.
Yeah, they were watching you eat.
How
Isn't that awesome?
That technology. So, all right, Jeff, give us a little background on Kannaway and how it got started, and your passion as it mixes in with, of course, it's a business, it's a networking business, it's a people business. I'm most interested and excited about the fact that we've got more people than ever going to be talking about CBD, hemp, something so vital and valuable, I believe, for nutritional and more. But from your perspective, where did this start?
You know what? It was really kind of funny, coming from and have owned network marketing companies in the past and formed different relationships with Troy and Charles. And so when this opportunity came with Kannaway, which we didn't even have the name at the time,
okay,
said, look, we have an opportunity here. They gave me a call. I said, well, what is it? And they said, what do you know about hemp? You know, and I grew up very traditional. I said, I know is I was born on Saturday and church on Sunday. I was never late, and I'm not your guy.
Wow. So you immediately had that reaction, like so many do in America, about we've been programmed that hemp, cannabis, marijuana.
Exactly right.
Okay.
And then so I just told them, you know, guys, I mean, it's cool if you guys want to do it. I'm not judging, but I'm just not your guy. It's going to go against everything I've ever been taught. Mm-hmm. So they said, look, we understand. We felt the same way. You know, why don't you go do your research on CBD?
Right.
You know, why don't you study the history of hemp?
Mm-hmm.
I said, all right, I'll do that. In my mind, I'm going to pacify him. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes and said blah, blah, blah.
You're thinking that this is good, a dismissal is going to happen. With this one.
Already, you know,
yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Next is already on my mind.
Uh-huh.
So I go right away, and they said, you know, do your research on the endocannabinoid system. So I immediately did it, and 20 turned into 30 to an hour to 6 hours later, to me being very upset, saying we were lied to. We've been absolutely lied to. And I called them right back. I said, we have to do this. We have to do this. We have an obligation to do this. And through Kannaway and the voice, we're going to be able to take the message of hemp and the great American betrayal of what happened down to, you know, downtown Main Street, USA.
Yeah.
People like me who never would listen to the hemp. Never would listen to that story. You know, they said, oh, you're one of those people. And now they're going to know, wait a second, hemp is as American as mom and apple pie.
And the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence.
You know, absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to go back further. The first Bible. You know, I mean, you go on and on. I mean, hemp is that plant was put here, and you know, if people enjoy, you know, whatever they do with what they do, that's fine. That's their choice. But there's so much more than just that. And I think if Middle America, and then soon the world, as Kannaway expands, starts to understand the vital role hemp can play. In our society, over 25,000 products that we currently use can be made from sustainable hemp, zero carbon footprint. It's so important, so vital, and I just think it's about education. That's really the big role, the voice that we can play in Kannaway.
Okay, beautiful. And, you know, that's right up our alley. We love educating and bringing the power to heal back to the people. Of course, we've talked as well very frequently about the restrictions of anybody who makes or markets or sells these products, particularly in the health arena, because we don't have freedom of speech in America anymore in that realm.
Right.
Although that's why I'm up front. I am not selling anything. I'm not participating in that way, but I am a communicator. I have a passion to heal. I have a mission to bring this kind of information out. So those of you listening to the Robert Scott Bell Show and saying, hey, is he now pumping an MLM or this or that? I talk about all kinds of things on this show.
Right.
And what I'm excited about with what you're doing with Kannaway is it's fulfilling part of my mission. You know, indirectly in some way, because you're out there empowering people to communicate something that people didn't know about. And it's efficient because I know, being in the broadcast media, still very few outlets will cover this in a legitimate way.
That's right.
They will fringe it and marginalize it. Even, you know, we were in Chicago yesterday. I saw briefly they did a PR piece about the upcoming Chicago Cannabis Conference, and it was like a 30-second blip, and they started sort of going to the, oh, they're potheads are getting together in there. It was so not that.
No.
Yet you see that the media is not doing justice to what it should be, just covering and asking questions like you were asked to research, and you came back and said, this is not what I thought it was.
Exactly right. No,
Yeah.
exactly right. So, Kannaway, we call ourselves a movement with a pay plan. There are people that are going to be, financially independent from Kannaway as they share the message and moving in our phenomenal products that we have with CBD-rich hemp oil. But, on top of that, the voice that we play within the whole, hemp cannabis movement, for just bringing that message to people who wouldn't hear it. They would just say, stop right there, call the police. We have somebody on our property that we don't want.
Right. Exactly.
So we're excited about that, and it's been amazing. I mean, 12 to 18 months ago, the information, the educational curve has just grown exponentially about cannabis, about hemp. A year ago we thought we had to do all this crazy stuff to get people to say, well, we want to know more.
Right.
I mean, it's just like they want to know more. In our industry, in network marketing, we have, and I'm not saying they're good or bad, but we have so many products that are Me Too products that have been, over and over.
Well, and
over.
it's true in the health direct marketed health food arena. It's very much a mirror image. We know that some people don't like this form of marketing, others don't like others. But the point for me is getting the message out and bringing good quality products that I feel comfortable talking about.
Absolutely.
Of course, so,
and when you tie hemp to that, now they want to hear about it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want to hear about this or that. Hemp, either isn't that illegal,
right?
Or tell me more.
Have you ever, in your business savvy, have you ever had a product that you really couldn't say much about? I mean, normally when you think we're going to go out and sell it, we've got to tell everybody about this product, and this is the weirdest challenge of ever. We've got the most amazing product that we can tell almost nothing about.
And that's so funny. I mean, I think it's actually played in our favor.
Interesting, yeah.
It's like, hey, you want to hear about, what CBD? Ask me about. Well, yeah, tell me about it. I can't tell you about it. Like what?
That cracked us up when
it
we first
was
heard
so
about
funny,
that.
I can't tell you about
it. But like I said, and other people have agreed with me that when you do that, that then inspires them to do the research. And once they do the research, you don't have to do anymore because they've done the research and they found it out for themselves. It's not you telling them.
Yeah.
They've done the work.
Yeah, now they believe.
Right.
See, they can follow, but when they believe and they do it themselves, now they're inspired.
Right.
And when they're inspired, they're going to go further.
Beautifully said. And it's interesting because it mirrors your own experience. Somebody said to you, research it. You did. You came back and you were more than intrigued. You're like, okay, I'm in.
No, I was mad.
Right. Were you mad? Because we were lied to.
I was upset.
Yeah,
I just felt we were really betrayed. I mean, how could this have happened? I mean, I'm very patriotic. I don't believe everything our government says. But you want to think.
We question things. Exactly.
Yeah, we question. And think God we live in a country where we can do that. But at the same time, it really did. It upset me. And I'm a very passionate person. I said we have to do this. We have a responsibility to do this.
We're talking with Jeff Rogers, CEO of Kannaway, the Kannaway Nation that's growing around the country, maybe eventually the world, based on the transformation of consciousness that is occurring on this plant that I perceive the Creator created for our use and benefit.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of ways you can access it, and we're just glad that we're able to share it because this is. Fits in with our mission. The power to heal is yours. We just want to bring that information so you can live that reality. And again, you're talking about lifestyle. You're not talking about curing diseases at Kannaway. I know that you're limited by that. But I know people are going to be so excited and enthusiastic when they learn about what it can do. I imagine that there's a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes going, how do we keep this under control so that it doesn't get out of hand for people to say things that they're not supposed to, unfortunately, be able to say?
Yeah, we are a very compliance-first company, and that's, we have to be because of that.
Sure.
We understand, the rules that we've been made to play by, and we're going to play by them. We're not going to get outside the lines. We don't have to get outside the lines. We have something that's so special and something that's so needed. I've always said in business, if you want to make money, and it could be true for the stock market or whatever, look for the next force trend. Something that's going to happen whether you get involved with it or not. If Kannaway never was here, this hemp movement is happening.
Absolutely.
And so we've just been fortunate enough to position ourselves in front of it, be the first real company in the space, and work hard, build Kannaway Nation, and it's going to help push us to success.
Excellent. Well, from a business perspective, again, if you were not even, as you said, there was no Kannaway, you'd be probably at a certain point looking to say, how do I get involved, either as an investor or something, because this is the next growth industry. And I think no matter what government tries to do to contain it, they've lost that battle now. They're trying to figure out how they're going to manage it.
They have, you know, and that's, I think that's typically, I think that the Farm Bill shows that. You know, they realize that the federal government was on a in my opinion, on a slippery slope. What do we do and go into? How do we deal with Colorado and Washington and these states?
Do we invade?
Do we
send the tanks in?
invade? Yeah. Do we invade the sovereign right of a state?
And you know what? We laugh about that, but that's not really all too far-fetched. You look at what the FDA has done, where they will raid these
we
markets,
see it on a smaller basis.
Stuff. You know, oh, well, you're selling raw milk. They've got guys running in with guns drawn.
Yeah,
but no, it's scary.
But I think on a state level, when a whole state says, I don't think that's going to happen, because then their legitimacy is gone immediately at that point. Can you stick around for one more segment? Yeah,
I absolutely will.
We got about 5 more minutes. We're having a great discussion with Jeff Rogers. He is the CEO of Kannaway. We'll get to his passion and his mission as well, and maybe that's something you'd like to be involved with. But at the very least, I'm excited that we're going to get the message of hemp out to more and more people right here on the Robert Scott Bell Show. Check it out online, robertscottbell.com. All the links are up in the show notes. Good opening?
All right.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Let me save
We'll
this
add all
real
the
quick.
elements for tomorrow's broadcast.
So
let me give Mom a hug.
Looking good? Well, nice to meet you.
Are you local here in Atlanta?
No, I live in San Diego, in Temecula.
So most of the company is out there.
Yeah, they were just south of us. But that day they were kind of ending with all the smoke. I was down. I work at Kannaway down close to San Diego, and it was clear. And we live in the wine country. I'm dropping down the hill. All the smoke from the winds that blown. All the smoke hit the lid. Right. It was like I get my hook now.
Super not always in Oregon, never been in the same place at the same time. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my producer.
I'm in Oregon, he's in Florida. So, yeah.
We rarely get together.
In Atlanta?
Yeah, Mom's here in Atlanta. And, so.
Yeah, I've never been to, other than airport, which I don't,
Right.
layovers don't count, My son actually is baseball search, so I fly out tomorrow morning.
All right. So for anybody who is there on the Google Hangout, we just got done with segment 1 here with Jeff Rogers, and Mom Bell is here. We're getting ready to record segment 2 with Jeff Rogers. This will be airing on, I believe, tomorrow's show. Yes. All right. Okay, so next segment. Yeah. Is there a particular angle or direction you would like to go to? Okay, then how about this? Because we've talked about the product. A lot of our listeners are already tuned in to the product because of the show. Can we talk a little bit about the business part of this? Because I think an interesting thing here is, look, MLM, been around for a long time. I've been involved in several, okay? A lot of people that hear MLM, they go, oh, another MLM. I'd like to hear what's different about Kannaway.
Okay.
What makes Kannaway different?
I'm sure he's capable of answering.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too.
In fact, I'm gonna let you ask the question.
Okay.
So we got exactly 5.5.
5.5 minutes. Yep.
Keep me on track there.
You don't want to cough in your ears?
No problem.
All right.
Say when?
All right. Going 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, first hour of the show from Atlanta at the Kannaway event, and then back to Autism One in Chicago. Right now, we've got another segment here with Jeff Rogers, CEO of Kannaway, and we've been talking about hemp for a while now and CBD. But Super Don, I didn't know you were so business oriented. We were talking on the break. What did you want to know?
I've always been entrepreneurial, and try to be, come up with ideas and think, outside the box. And so something I'm interested in is Kannaway is a network marketing company, multi-level marketing company, and these types of companies have been around for a long time. I've been involved in several in the past. It's a brilliant strategy, a brilliant marketing plan, but there's a lot of them out there.
Right.
I've talked with various people, and Kannaway has some very different things about it, things that are being done
besides the hemp.
Been done besides the hemp, but from a business standpoint and a compensation plan standpoint, things of these nature. So maybe you could share with our listeners who might be interested in the business part of this. What's different? What makes Kannaway stand out? What makes them different? How are they ahead of the curve?
So this is an economic healing question.
Hey, Okay, sure.
Go
Absolutely.
for it, Jeff.
There you go.
You know, within the network marketing, and maybe some of your listeners aren't familiar with the industry. You know, network marketing, multi-level marketing, relationship marketing goes by a lot of different names.
Right.
You know, I think this industry as a whole thrives on a story, and if what better story than hemp? I know we kind of covered that already,
Sure.
but that's really what gives us the distinct advantage. Now, what we did from a marketing standpoint, we have a plan that I call inclusive, not exclusive. You know, many comp plans within our space, if you don't come into the plan a certain way, you're excluded from different areas of the marketing plan. You can never participate, therefore you cannot earn the money. What we did, we didn't want to do that. It's like, for instance, I'll give you an example. A lot of plans these days, if you come in and you fast start, whether you sell the product and you sell the bigger package, that opens up the ability to take advantage of getting a car bonus. And in some programs, you can never get the car bonus unless you come in that way.
Right.
Well, that excludes that person that financially just, you know, maybe they have the ability, maybe they don't, maybe they're new, but they don't have the money.
Right.
They can't do that. In our plan, we have that ability to opens up for the fast starter. But if you can come in for our SAB, which is $35, you know, then you pay the brand ambassador fee of $15. Right. If you come in a wonderful product, it's just a phenomenal product, and you can come in, you can work your way around into the comp plan, and you can earn the car bonus. You can open every single bonus that we have. And so, you know, I always like to say we're inclusive, not exclusive, and it definitely does that. We have phenomenal upfront bonus structure that rewards people, and many plans do, but we have one that's very, very unique and allowing people. I like to have people get into the black, as I call it, get into the profit as soon as you can, because this is a business. This is not a hobby. It shouldn't be a hobby. You should treat it like a business. Right. And so coming in, taking the step-by-step, the trainings we have from a marketing perspective, the most outrageous funnel system, online marketing systems that will help people drive traffic. They don't even necessarily know about online marketing, but online marketing is here to stay. You know, so what do you do with it? Most companies in our space, you know, they hold up the cross sign. They want nothing to do with it because they can get out of control. But how can you manage that? How can you train and teach? Because it's about education.
Right.
And that's what Kannaway does. We are so cutting edge, not only with our product, and we like to say we're on the bleeding edge of that market, you know.
Well, and I want to say something that ever since we learned about you guys, I've been doing an enormous amount of online research and you know, learning about the company and what's going on. And when you guys first came on the scene, there were a lot of naysayers. There were a lot of like, oh, you guys, you know, you guys are just going to money grabbing. You know, nobody's going to get paid. There is no compensation plan. I saw a number that blew me away. What was it that you guys paid out on the first bonus? On the first
oh geez, I don't remember. I mean, what we've paid out so far.
Well, and give us a new number then, because the one I've got is old.
It's $904,000 in commissions.
Think there's a compensation plan?
I guess there is.
Yeah, I guess it's for real.
Yeah. All right, so again, this is a legitimate story as well, because it promotes hemp, something we're very keen on doing, the CBD. And others, because we know economically there are challenges right now for so many people, and it may be an option for you. And you know, if so, explore it, just like you explore the issue of hemp.
Absolutely.
Is this something that speaks to you? We're not here to make judgment on the methods of it, because we know people have opinions of it. The point is opportunities. We want to put them all out there for you.
Absolutely.
And it sounds like you're doing a good job in helping the economy to recover. We know hemp's going to do it big time.
Absolutely.
This will be another aspect of that, perhaps, for a lot of people.
Yeah, we're 85 days old, over 11,000 brand ambassadors, you know, in Kannaway Nation, and growing.
Wow.
The excitement is growing daily, and it's allowing us to be a voice. I mean, there's still so many misconceptions out there. People grabbing this segment. The DEA says all cannabinoids are Schedule 1. Well, maybe from a marijuana strain, but not from the
industrial hemp.
You know, from the industrial hemp, the stock of a mature hemp plant. So, you know, as we continue to do that, it's gonna.
All right. Well, Jeff Rogers, fascinating discussion, economic healing as well as
absolutely
hemp, on the Robert Scott Bell Show, kicking it off from Atlanta. We got another couple of segments. We're going to do some hemp history as well, and be back at Autism One after that. Check it out, robertscottbell.com. All the links are there for you to check it. And thank you, Jeff Rogers.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Awesome, very nicely done.
All right,
that's going to be good.
Yeah,
I love that you took it to that realm.
Yeah, that was good. It's Mom. What do you do?
Yeah, we're actually live on a Google Hangout right now that's being recorded, and this is also going to air on the radio show on tomorrow's show. Yeah, go to
It's absolutely phenomenal. It is.
I'm already been doing on G4.
Yeah. It's
I love the way you guys leave.
You got this, right? Yeah. Go to Robert's website or go to naturalnewsradio.com. All the archives are there, so if you don't hear it live, you'll be able to download it.
After the hangout's over, so for 24 hours.
Hangout is separate. That'll be different. But from the radio show that airs tomorrow, this is the interview we just did. Is going to be on the radio program tomorrow. We're going to replay it, and that'll go into the archives. So you should be able to pick up there too. It'll eventually be on YouTube. Absolutely.
The company that does Apple computers, all the packaging for Apple, does all our.
He was going for a handshake there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Let's get
a serum. The day and night serum. You stick the serum on. There's a serum.
Man, you can be a part of what's going on over here. You don't have to sit all the way over there.
So it's a whole line. It's absolutely phenomenal. The whole line. We just added the caps. I'm not sure what it is with the caps. It's probably like $500 for the whole regimen. We wanted to do an internal and external. So you take the CBD-rich hemp oil caps along that are detox formula.
All right, folks, we just wrapped things up with Jeff Rogers, founder, CEO, and president of Kannaway. And it's a great company. I mean, I don't know what else to say. As if you just heard what we were just talking about, I'm familiar with multi-level marketing. I'm not involved in anything multi-level. I don't belong or I'm not a part of Kannaway from the business side of it. Not because I wouldn't be interested in doing so, because I believe in what they're doing and the products that they've got, but simply because if I were doing that, then, as you know, we've said, look at the camera, as we've said in the past, that we as a show can't sell anything, because if we did, then we would be restricted and under the restrictions of the FDA as far as what we could say about the product, because then we would be putting ourselves in the crosshair and really putting Kannaway and hemp meds in the crosshairs as having a unapproved drug. So by not being a part of that, that allows us to be free to speak the truth about what these products can do. If I were not part of the radio show, I probably would be. I'd probably be a part of it because it's something that I believe in and I know that it's doing some good. So anyway, that is one of the reasons why we're here, is because these guys are putting out a product and a message that is something we can get behind, and a product that we believe in. Heard a lot of good things about the salve. Actually, a lot of people rave about this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't go into the healings or any of that, but it's got not only CBD and the bee balm, it's got camphor in it. So, like, you know.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I used it already.
I love it.
We actually all have used it.
What I like to use it. Somebody told me they had severely cracked heels. They rub it on their feet day and night. You guys are old surfer.
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
I'm using it now.
Yeah.
Said within a week. All healed up.
You guys were.
All healed.
Wow.
Before I go to bed and I pour my socks on for the day, my feet are like little kids.
Oh, man.
Amazing. Nice.
Well, you guys were the motivation for that additional chapter.
Oh, that's awesome. Unlock the power to heal. This is I got a flight to Idaho tomorrow to watch my son. I'm going to read the book on the plane.
Easy read, but great.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you very much. So I just appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Absolutely, and I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll be all that. Yeah, we don't do all the. We're not going to be following all the cannabis stuff. I thought it was one here, but yeah, like as far as Kannaway.
Sure.
So I think our next big event's going to be in. We got to decide that next couple of days, but it's going to be in Anaheim. Okay. So we have a big segment there. I think we're going to Dallas.
Okay.
Anaheim, yeah.
Well, we're coordinating with Denise. Has been great, and now we've got
she's
Andrew.
amazing.
She's absolutely. And Larry, I love Larry. I mean, they're terrific. Really been great. And so we go back up to autism one later.
Another book?
Oh, Mom.
Oh my gosh!
Mom's history right there.
All right.
Well, you have to sign it.
Yeah. She got her book after full time.
Oh, it's what? It runs in the family.
And
You got
first
best
name
by your
is?
mom.
What? You said your book was better?
Earlier. More history
There's
here.
a lot more history in that. You see what she's lived through.
A lot of
It's incredible.
history.
Good to Jeff.
First name?
Jeff. So what have you lived through?
What
The
haven't
dawning of
I?
the state of Israel. She was there. She was the first woman to walk through the which desert?
Sinai.
The Sinai Desert on high heels after the war. That's some history there.
My mother's maiden name is Zimmerman. German Jew.
Today is 5/24/14.
Excellent.
Joy. Hope you get to read it.
I will read it, absolutely.
Is your pen or?
No, it is not.
Good pen.
Yeah.
Can I take it?
That's my signing book pen.
Oh, that's his, that's his autograph pen.
Yeah.
When after I read it, I'm gonna let my mother read it. She just, so not I didn't really grow up in the Christian faith, so I didn't really grow up embracing this other side of Native American on my dad's side, where we were Jewish on my mother's side.